This is the SPY General. Welcome to the War Room, guys, for your daily briefing on SPY, where we do not chase tickers, we master SPY. Again, guys, welcome. On the way in, hit the subscribe button if you are liking the analysis. But again, if you're new here, I want to welcome you. We're going to cover today what SPY is going to potentially do. Every morning we kind of do a pre-market analysis on what's happening in the market. I'm very bearish on SPY right now, and I'll show you the levels that I'm looking at. So again, guys, this is the high of day yesterday, right here, 671, and then we rejected. So yesterday I called out the puts off the morning, went down there. I said we could get to 665. We got there over pre-market, this morning. So we actually came down close to 660, which was the level I was targeting. However, we're making a rebound here. So let's go ahead and start with a fresh chart. Okay. And here we go. Where's my trusty little tools? There we go. What I like to do, guys, is I like to mark the pre-market high. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we have the pre-market low right here. All right, so we have a pretty good spread here. So this is what's called our little box. We're in a box here. We're in a range. We could not get back down to 660. However, I still believe we're heading towards 660. That's not guaranteed. These are all just probabilities, guys. But one of the things that's really key to mark out is the previous day high, because there's a lot of liquidity that sits at the previous day high, okay? So these are kind of the main levels this morning. Now, one of the things that I'm looking to happen here, and here's what needs to happen. So if we open up and we reclaim 670, guys, remember 670 is a key level. There's a lot of liquidity there, and it's a very huge support and demand zone, because you can see over, under, all the way back here, over, under. So broke out, came back, flip back down, rebroke it. So 670 is a very prominent level of liquidity support and resistance, okay? So if we reclaim 670 with a bullish candle close above on, like, let's say a 15-minute candle, just because the market's been super volatile, super choppy, you want to make sure that we're going to clear the level, and then we're going to target 671, which is high of day. And then our next level would be 675, really, 674.38. So that's kind of the level I would be looking at this morning. We have probably a potential $4 move on the expected move for SPY. So if we open up on a 5-minute candle and we break out of the 670 range, I'm going to be targeting obviously the previous day high, 671, and then on to 674. But here's the kicker. Here's the key, guys. Here's the main key. You have to wait for volume confirmation. So if you haven't added volume to your chart, make sure you just add the standard volume. You can go up to indicators and type in volume, okay? And you can put in the delta or the weighted average price. I like the 24-hour volume. You can add that one right there, and then that'll kind of show you. But I'm going to go ahead and take that one off, because I'm just going to use the volume that comes with the chart, because I like to see the volume that comes along with the candlesticks. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to our main chart here. Now, on the bearish case, which is really where I'm at, let me explain to you guys why I'm bearish. Look at this. Let's just go to like a 4-hour chart. It's always a good idea to look at the larger time frames to kind of get a big overall picture. You see this? Lower high than this, lower low than this, lower high than this, lower low than this. So we're making lower highs and lower lows. And now you see how we broke down here? We hit the 662 when we touched it again over pre-market last night. So that's a double bottom. So that could be a bullish signal. We could be dealing with a retracement. back towards probably the, the 0.5 Fibonacci, which is probably, right there, 678.86. So that's something I would be eyeing if we break above this 9 EMA. I think the 0.5 is in sight. So then that's really kind of what would be happening, and it would still be making a lower high. So we're still not in the clear yet. We got to clear like 685 up, 687 up here to kind of get back into bullish territory. That's really what it is. So right now we're just downtrending. We're in a bear market, not a bear market. We're in a bearish structure right now. So if we go back to the 5-minute, what I'm looking for on the bear market side is if we break pre-market here, 662 on down to 660. Okay. Right there. All right. And look at this, guys. We're making higher lows and higher highs on the 5-minute time frame during pre-market. So, and then it gapped down here. Interesting. So yeah, we need to open up, clear this pre-market low with strong volume close below the level. And then I would be targeting 660 and even 659. So that's the bearish case. So again, bullish case above 670. These are the targets, 671.26 up to 674.50-ish. And then we got a break below this pre-market low. Confirm with volume, super important. And then 660 on down to possibly 659. But it just depends on where we open, guys, in the next 45 minutes or so. Guys, this is the SPY General. If you're enjoying the content and the levels, guys, this is where we do not chase tickers. We master SPY. It's all about structure, no emotion. We just trade the charts, the probabilities, the levels, and it's really that simple. If you can learn how to master SPY, you can make a full-time living trading the S&P. Okay. Also, guys, just so you know, for those of you guys that don't know, I do a lot of futures trading on the ES and the MES. So that's just for another video. We're going to talk about that more, but I want to show you guys the SPY levels for today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Subscribe, share, like. Let's get that algorithm pumping so people can find out about this channel that is completely dedicated to SPY, the levels, the structure, where we don't chase stickers, we master SPY. See you guys on Monday.